Hi Townside, I'm so sorry. So the streaming stopped and I've tried again and again to get back in to starting it over again. So I'm going to film myself now and then upload it afterwards. So what we were talking about was that I'm really looking forward to seeing you all on the 8th. We can't wait to have you back at school. But also I was looking forward to Well Book Day next week, and I've organised my costume, wait and see what it is on the assembly on Thursday. And I'm going to decorate a potato as well, actually too. And thank you to everyone who's decided to draw the front cover of the book. And remember, you can put it up in your window for our book walk, so people can look out and see books in your window. And if it's not too late to take part, tell your parents that you'd like to. They can send me your email address, your postcode, and then it will help me plot your house on the map when I send it out to parents to know where to walk. So as I mentioned earlier, today is Tell a Fairy Tale Day, and we were talking about what your favourite one was, but also we were in the middle of doing a little quiz about whether you knew which fairy tale it was from an illustration. So we've done a few already on the live assembly that went wrong a minute ago. So I'll just do a couple more. So I bet you know this one, The Golden Carriage. Which fairy tale is that? Shout at the screen. You're right, it's Cinderella. What about this one? Can you see this one? Which fairy tale do you think that is? Our year 5s a few years ago did, they were rats in production at Hexagon. So it is The Piper of Hamlin. And what about, let's do one more, this one. Which fairy tale do you think this is? See if you know. It is Thumbelina. So well done if you got that right. So lots of fairy tales. As you can see there, you could pause the screen later and see how many. You might be able to name all of them. I'm sure some of you can. So before I read you a fairy tale that I've got today, which is a version of The Princess and the Frog, and it's called The Prince and the Frog. Before that, I'm going to do some birthdays and some celebrations of things. So no one's birthday today or tomorrow, but on Sunday the 28th of February, it is Caradag's birthday. Carahan, we miss you at school. Have an absolutely awesome birthday on Sunday. And now for some certificates. So although, come on guys, I know you can do better. Only 30 children used Sumdog this week. So well done to those 30. Let's see if we can get that number up for next week. Isaac Chapman, well done to you. You are number 5 this week for top Sumdog student. Neil Roy, great job Neil, you're number 4. These certificates will be coming your way. Number 3, Oscar Ruffles, great job Oscar. Number 2, well done Josh Winter, great job Josh. Number 1 this week, it is Barnaby Crawford, well done Barnaby. So some Maths Clubs certificates. Veronica Hackerman, great job Veronica. Lime Club 22, well done. Blue Club 11 is for Noah Smith, great job Noah. Then we have got Sahar Hashimazi, you are Lime Club 22, well done Sahar. We've got Yellow Club 11 for Nate Smith, well done Nate. We have got Green Club 33 for, oh, can't get it, Daphne Caddo. Well done, Daphne. Great job. Corey Palmer, amazing. Green Club 11, well done, Corey. Green Club 22 for Oscar Ruffles. Well done, Oscar. Yellow Club 11, Blake DeJean. Well done, Blake. And Erica Wooden. Well done, Erica. Amber Club 11. Really good job, guys. Well done. Now, before I do values postcards, top readers this week, we have got Most Improved Reader of the Week, Rosie Milam. Great job, Rosie. Really great job. In YLD, it's Sophie Elwood. In YFM, it's Amy Kwan. Well done, Amy. In GBF, it's Daphne Caddo. In GLE, it's Hugo Macron. In GCO, it's Deanne Gianni. In GRS, it's Evie Titchener. In BAL, top reader is Isabella Jeffries. In BAM, it's Elspeth Scott. In BKE, it's Archie Sharman. And in BHM, it's Oliver Briggs. So great job, guys. Well done, top readers. Top classes in each phase. Yellow team, it's YFM. In green team, year 3 and 4, it's GLE. Well done, GLE. And in blue team, it's BKE. Well done, guys. So, values postcards. Let me get these. Here we go. Here's our post box with its brand new rainbow ribbon. we go. So this week, people who've been showing the Thameside values, whether they're in school or learning from home. Belonging has been shown by Alia Hock, by being a kind, supportive and positive member of YLD. Great job, Alia. No Limits has been shown by Ellie Geiger, producing fantastic high quality home learning. Your writing is amazing, from Miss Darcy. All the values have been shown by Anya for her consistently wonderful work, and has particularly shown assurance by using PowerPoint for the first time. Wow, and you're in foundation stage. That's from Mr. Brooks. No Limits has been shown by Dexter Ross with his great dice rolling and counting skills. Dexter has shown off these math skills playing a giant board game, from Mr. Brooks. Well done. Independence has been shown by Aidan Brannan and his remote learning. Well done, Aidan, from Mrs. Williams and Miss Syret. Great job. No Limits has been shown by Uma Hook in your school learning, especially at the junk modelling area. Great job from Miss Williams and Miss Syret. No Limits has been shown by Kian Mitchell in his maths with his super recall of shape facts. Well done, Kian, from Miss England. Assurance has been shown by Robin Bassett-Gray, and it says fab at the top, highlighted. Well done, Robin. In many lessons this week, but especially in topic sharing knowledge about refugees. Well done, Robin. No Limits has been shown by Eric Jones in BKE in all his work from home this week, producing it to a high standard, from Mrs. Edwards. Well done, you. All the values for Rosie this week, Rosie Milam, with some great partner work in English. Well done from Miss Slingsby. Resilience has been shown this week by Holly and GCO in all underlined home learning, completing all tasks set and attending all live sessions, from Miss Osborne and Miss Keeper. Well done. We have got No Limits from Dylan Carter in your home learning this week, particularly in English. Well done, Dylan, from Mrs. Lizor. Independence has been shown by Tommy Ross in GLE, all areas of his learning, reading, writing, computing, maths and more. Tommy is a fantastic role model, from Mrs. Moffat. Well done, Tommy. We've got Kezia McKay, independence in her learning and having a go by herself before asking for help. That's so important. Well done, Kezia, from Miss Woods and Mrs. Fidget. And the last one, independence for Alan Wang, independence in consistently hard work on his maths on Teams. Well done, Alan. So really great work, all of those people. Well done. So the story I'm going to share with you today, here it is. It's called The Prince and the Frog, because today is Tell a Fairy Tale Day. So here we go. Once upon a time, in a land far away, there lived a brother and a sister. They were known as Prince Oscar and Princess Caroline. Like many brothers and sisters, they had their differences. Oscar liked to read quietly and mostly alone. Caroline liked to read loudly and usually to someone else. Oscar liked planting flowers and finding bugs on the ground. Caroline liked climbing trees and finding whatever she could. Oscar would often paint beautiful pictures of the forest, and Caroline would often paint the forest beautifully. They cared for each other as brothers and sisters do, and although Caroline was quite happy with the life she led, Oscar hoped that one day he might just meet someone whom he could share his life with. The fairy tales Oscar had read made him very much believe that everyone should fall in love. One day, Oscar and Caroline were relaxing by a large pond close to their home. Oscar rested on the soft grass while Caroline swam in the cool water. They were both having a wonderful time when all of a sudden, "Oscar!" squealed Caroline. "Come quickly, my face has turned green." Caroline peered down into the water. Looking back up was the face of a frog. "Ha ha, Caroline, that's not your reflection," Oscar chuckled. "That's just the face of a little green frog." Oscar and Caroline began to laugh and the little frog hopped out of the water. The little frog suddenly spoke. "I'm so sorry, I hope I didn't scare you." Oscar and Caroline stopped laughing and immediately they could hardly believe what was happening. "A talking frog?" exclaimed Caroline. "How enchanting," remarked Oscar. The little frog cleared his throat and continued to speak. "Actually, I'm not really a frog," he said. "Well, what I mean is I haven't always been a frog." "Then what are you?" asked a confused Caroline. The little frog let out a sigh. "I used to be a prince. Long ago, an evil wizard transformed me." "Oh, what a mean thing to do," Oscar cried. "How can we help you?" "The spell can be broken, but only by true love's kiss," explained the little frog. "True love's kiss," repeated Caroline. "But where are you going to find that?" Oscar and the little frog both paused. They looked at Caroline, then they looked at each other and then back at Caroline. Wonder what they were thinking. Oh, I don't think so, Caroline said before they could even ask. She knew exactly what they were thinking. I'm not even sure I like kissing humans, let alone frogs, Caroline finished. Caroline, pleaded Oscar, surely we must try to help this little frog. And besides, this could be your chance to fall in love. Caroline considered the situation. She wasn't entirely keen on the idea of kissing or even love, but she did want to help this little frog. So after a short while, she knelt down and kissed him on the head. After a brief moment of nothingness, the little frog spoke. It didn't work, he croaked. Oscar frowned. Something was missing. Love! He clicked his fingers as he realised. We need true love's kiss, Oscar said excitedly. But we're not in love, said Caroline. Not yet, replied Oscar. Caroline face-palmed herself, wondering what her brother was getting her into. Oscar decided he would help his sister and the little frog to fall in love. He had read many romantic tales and was certain he knew how to help. However, Caroline wasn't as confident. Oscar, do you realise you can't make people fall in love? Again, Oscar pleaded, but surely we could try for the sake of love. He smiled sweetly at his sister. Hey, I've got an idea. Why don't you two get to know each other? Introduce yourselves. Not wanting to upset her brother, Caroline began. Hello, my name is Caroline, she said to the little frog. I like climbing trees. How about you? The little frog stood up on his two legs and responded. Hi, my name is Alex. Trees are much too high for me. I prefer to be on the ground amongst the flowers. I like looking for bugs. Oh, I like looking for bugs too, Oscar couldn't help chiming in. And amongst the flowers is my favourite place to be. Alex nodded in agreement. He continued to speak about all of the insects and flowers he'd discovered while being a frog. Caroline tried really hard to pay attention but was finding it hard. It's not that she didn't like Alex, she just wasn't interested in flowers and bugs. So whilst Oscar and Alex continued to talk, she quietly snuck off and climbed a tree. 2 pages. Hours passed by. Oscar and Alex have enjoying their conversation and learnt so much about each other. They had lots in common, but not everything. No, I prefer ice cream, said Oscar. But jelly is so much better, laughed Alex. What about ice cream and jelly? Asked Oscar. Ah, a perfect match, Alex agreed. Caroline looked over at Oscar and Alex. She noticed how they both looked very happy and how they were both good at listening to each other. Hey, Caroline, are you ready to go? Oscar called up to his sister. On an adventure? Caroline replied hopefully. No, somewhere special. You two need to fall in love, remember? I'm going to take you somewhere really romantic. Wow, look. Oscar led Caroline and Alex to his favourite spot at the edge of the forest. It was a breathtaking view of the land. The moon was full that evening and the faint sound of a waterfall could be heard in the distance. Wow, this is wonderful, gasped Alex, who'd never seen such a glorious sight. It's not an adventure, but it's very nice, said Caroline as she swung from a nearby branch. Are you warm enough, Alex? Asked Oscar. You can have my blanket if you're cold. That's so kind of you, Alex thanked Oscar. But look, we can share. Caroline smiled. She was very proud to have such a kind and caring brother. The three looked up into the sky and took guesses at which of the little lights were stars and which were fireflies. Time passed by, yet still Oscar was determined for his sister and Alex to fall in love. Oscar believed that if they spent time together, their romance would eventually blossom, so he took them bug hunting, flower planting, and even arranged an art class. She's painting the frog. Still, Oscar was unsure whether or not his plan was working. But one thing was for sure, Oscar was certain he really liked Alex. He couldn't wait for this spell to be broken so the two of them could be best friends forever. Okay, why don't we try that kiss again? Oscar finally suggested one day. Alex had grown to be very dear to both Oscar and Caroline, and perhaps now the timing was just right. Caroline picked Alex up and once again kissed him on the head. Once again, nothing happened. Oh no! Oscar's smile faded. He sunk down onto the ground and started to cry. Oscar, please don't cry, Caroline comforted her brother. The way you have been tried to help Alex has been truly thoughtful. You've made me very proud. But you must understand that love can't be forced. I think love is something that just happens. But Alex is so wonderful, said Oscar tearfully. I really want to help him. I want him to be happy. But I am happy, smiled Alex. Thanks to you, Oscar, I've been having a terrific time. You have made me feel very special and cared for and loved. Caroline gasped. Oh, Oscar, did you hear that? It's you. You are Alex's true love. Oscar didn't know what to say. He'd read about love, but now he's in his very own love story. Should I kiss you, Alex? Oscar asked shyly. I'd be the happiest frog around if you did, smiled Alex. Oscar knelt down by Alex. He carefully picked him up and raised him to his face. Ever so gently kissed Alex on the head. And as soon as he did, a bright light filled the entire forest. Caroline and Oscar had to squint. They could barely make out what was happening. A few moments later, they were able to see again. Alex stood before them, not as a frog, but as a prince. There he is. It worked, cried Oscar as he hugged Alex. Hooray, cheered Caroline. But I don't understand, said Oscar. I didn't plan for this. It must have just happened, finished Alex. Exactly, said Caroline. You were kind and thoughtful, selfless and caring, good at listening, and you both brought joy to each other's lives, she continued. Oscar, you saw Alex for who he really was, not just a little green frog. And Alex, it was easy to see that you adored my brother. And I still do, said Alex. He's made me feel so special. I want to keep feeling this way. Well, you can, Oscar gleefully said as he took Alex by the hand and kissed him gently on the cheek. But Caroline, what about you? What about your love story? Caroline smiled, then began. I'm overjoyed for you both, but we are very different, and what is right for you isn't necessarily right for me. Besides, I'm already in love. I love my life just the way it is. Caroline then hugged them both before skipping off. Oscar and Alex continued to hold each other's hand. They felt so happy to have met. Oscar was ecstatic. He'd found someone who'd made him truly happy. All this time, he had no idea that his own love story was being written. Somehow, it just happened. There you go. So there's a fairy tale for you today on National Tell a Fairy Tale Day. As I said before, really looking forward to seeing you soon, guys. And next week, really looking forward to World Book Day. So make sure you tune in to the assemblies on Monday and Thursday and Friday next week. And have a really good Friday and a great sunny weekend.